And you're a prominent businessman in Margate, and one of many who are very, very unhappy, extremely unhappy about the cycle challenge over the weekend. Exactly what is the gripe?
Well, Johan, you know, the gripe is the fact that, one, the whole of Margate was sort of shut down. People couldn't access Margate, they couldn't access the stores, and there was a lack of communication in terms of whether it be the Business Association, whether it be HCM, whoever it is. But somebody didn't communicate exactly what this cycle event or challenge entailed. There was no communication. We were told, I was told 4 weeks ago, but there was no telling us, listen, the streets are going to be shut down, Margate's going to be shut down. I mean, guys in Ramsgate, I mean, that's poor Peter at the Spa in Ramsgate. I mean, I'd hate to know how much money he lost. Everybody in Margate over that period of time has lost massive amounts of money.
So what you're saying is you were totally blindsided, although you did mention that you knew about the event, but you didn't know about any arrangements.
We knew about no arrangements. We just knew that an event, we were told by the NBA, I was told by the NBA that there was going to be a cycling event in Margate, and you know, we were quite happy because any event, and if you cast your mind back to the recent Africa Bike Week, any event that comes to Margate is tourism. But this time, Africa Bike Week, and all big kudos to all involved there, Africa Bike Week actually brought people to Margate where people could walk around. The cyclists, and it's not the cyclists' fault, please, I'm not saying that at all. The cyclists came, the cycling event came to Margate, and Margate was shut down. It was like Margate had a disease, and only the cyclists could get through it, you know.
The way I see it, the problem could have arisen at a meeting. At that meeting, you also mentioned between HCM and where there was a representative of the Margate Business Association. Because when I queried yesterday, they said that they did give the information to that one person. I think it's only one person who was at that meeting. Couldn't it not have been there?
Well, you know, whether or not that happened, and, you know, we've called for the minutes of that meeting, Johan, whether or not that happened, the fact remains the same. There is a massive breakdown in communication between business, HCM, and Ugu Tourism. Ugu Tourism, being the umbrella body, and I stand to be corrected, should have been notified by the HCM to say, look, this is what was going on, this is what it entailed, and then there would have been a buy-in, everybody knew what was going on. Business, that type of communication would have been communicated to the various businesses, and everybody would be on the same page, everybody knew what was going on from day one, and we could have made the necessary arrangements or have lodged objections or whatever the case may be. However, that was not communicated. At the end of the day, I believe, from the information that I have received, I believe that this falls plumb on the shoulders of the HCM. And look, please, don't get me wrong. The HCM, you know, Max Mbili, I have the utmost respect for the man. He's got some fantastic HODs in place. But I think he issues the mandate and the directives from his office to the various HODs. Some of those HODs then carry it out. But there seems to be no follow-through, no communication. And that's what is frustrating the blazes out of so many people here on the South Coast. And the typical example is this cycling challenge.
Maybe it's good that it's happened, because if it didn't happen now, it would have happened in the future. So maybe the MBA and the HCM is now get together.
Well, that being said, you know, there's an old Polish proverb. There's always a bit of paradise in a disaster area. The fact of the matter is the proverbial horse is bolted. I believe that the necessary people involved and whoever's fault it is, this has highlighted one thing. It must never happen again, because there are small businesses. We're a small business, but we've been here a long time, so something must be going right here. But the way it's going, and the lack of communication and the breakdown of communication and the follow-through of communication, it just seems to be all airy-fairy. And, you know, there's got to be accountability. And accountability, unfortunately, countrywide, there seems to be a lack of accountability. And you know what? The guys must either shine on or shine up.
And thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. And as you say, Johan, let's hopefully a lesson has been learned here. And yeah, better luck next year. But I'll tell you one thing for nothing. That if there are fences in this town, they're going to have to arrest me because I will pull them down myself.